Question 1. What are the guidelines for using a food thermometer to ensure accurate temperature readings? A. Dip the thermometer in hot water before use. B. Use it only for meats, not for vegetables. C. Calibrate regularly and insert it into the thickest part of the food. D. Read the temperature immediately after removing food from heat. Answer: C. Calibrate regularly and insert it into the thickest part of the food. To ensure accurate temperature readings, a food thermometer should be regularly calibrated and inserted into the thickest part of the food, avoiding bone or fat, to get an accurate reading. Question 2. How can you differentiate between food poisoning and foodborne infection? A. Food poisoning always results in hospitalization. B. Food poisoning is caused by toxins, while foodborne infection is caused by pathogens. C. Food poisoning has milder symptoms. D. Foodborne infection can be treated at home. Answer: B. Food poisoning is caused by toxins, while foodborne infection is caused by pathogens. Food poisoning is usually caused by consuming food containing toxins produced by bacteria, whereas foodborne infection is caused by ingestion of food containing live bacteria or other pathogens. Question 3. Describe the steps to take in case of a suspected norovirus outbreak in a food service establishment. A. Ignore it as a common issue. B. Temporarily close the establishment, sanitize thoroughly, and report to health authorities. C. Only sanitize the dining area. D. Increase use of hand sanitizers. Answer: B. Temporarily close the establishment, sanitize thoroughly, and report to health authorities. In case of a suspected norovirus outbreak, the establishment should be temporarily closed, thoroughly sanitized, especially surfaces that the infected person may have touched, and the incident should be reported to the appropriate health authorities for further investigation and guidance. Question 4. What are the critical control points when preparing a dish with raw chicken? A. Choosing the right spices and seasonings. B. Proper storage, avoiding cross-contamination, and cooking to the right temperature. C. Presentation and garnishing of the dish. D. Only the cooking temperature matters. Answer: B. Proper storage, avoiding cross-contamination, and cooking to the right temperature. Critical control points when preparing a dish with raw chicken include proper storage, keeping it at safe temperatures, preventing cross-contamination with other foods, and cooking it to the correct internal temperature to eliminate harmful pathogens. Question 5. Explain the importance of the hazard analysis and critical control points. HACCP system in food safety. A. It focuses on the taste and presentation of food. B. HACCP is used to determine the best recipes for a menu. C. It is a systematic approach to identify, evaluate, and control food safety hazards. D. HACCP is only important for large-scale food production. Answer: C. It is a systematic approach to identify, evaluate, and control food safety hazards. The hazard analysis and critical control points (HACCP) system is crucial in food safety as it provides a structured approach to identify, evaluate, and control hazards that could pose a risk to the safety of food, from production to consumption. Question 6. How do you manage allergen cross-contact in a kitchen with limited space? A. Allergens are not a concern in small kitchens. B. Use separate equipment and utensils and ensure proper cleaning. C. Only serve allergen-free dishes. D. Inform customers about the possibility of cross-contact. Answer: B. Use separate equipment and utensils and ensure proper cleaning. In a kitchen with limited space, managing allergen cross-contact involves using separate equipment and utensils for allergen-free dishes and ensuring thorough cleaning to prevent any cross-contact. Question 7. What are the procedures for safely using and storing chemical sanitizers in a kitchen? A. Store them with food items for easy access. B. Dilute them with hot water only. C. Follow manufacturer's instructions and store them away from food. D. Use them sparingly to avoid chemical contamination. Answer C. Follow manufacturer's instructions and store them away from food. Safe use and storage of chemical sanitizers involve following the manufacturer's instructions for dilution and application, and storing them in a designated area away from food to avoid contamination. Question 8. How should you handle a situation where a staff member reports foodborne illness symptoms? A. Allow them to continue working, but away from food. B. Send them home immediately and sanitize their work area. C. Give them medication and let them rest in a break room. D. Ignore it unless they have a fever. Answer B. Send them home immediately and sanitize their work area. If a staff member reports symptoms of foodborne illness, they should be sent home immediately to prevent the spread of illness, and their work area should be thoroughly sanitized. Question 9. What factors contribute to the rapid growth of bacteria in TCS? Time/temperature control for safety, foods. A. Type of seasoning used in food. B. Presence of oxygen, moisture, and suitable temperatures. C. The color and texture of the food. D. The method of cooking. Answer B. Presence of oxygen, moisture, and suitable temperatures. TCS foods are susceptible to rapid bacterial growth due to factors like the presence of oxygen, adequate moisture, and temperatures that are within the danger zone. 40 °F, 140 °F or 4 °C, 60 °C. Question 10. Describe the process for conducting a food safety audit in a restaurant. A. Checking only the expiration dates of ingredients. B. A comprehensive review of food handling, storage, preparation practices, and staff training. C. Focusing on customer reviews about food quality. D. Auditing only during peak business hours. Answer B. A comprehensive review of food handling, storage, preparation practices, and staff training. Conducting a food safety audit in a restaurant involves a thorough examination of all aspects of food safety, including food handling, storage, and preparation practices, along with assessing staff training and knowledge of food safety principles. Question 11. What are the specific guidelines for preparing and serving food to highly susceptible populations in a healthcare setting? A. Use more spices and flavors. B. Extra care in cooking temperatures, avoiding certain high-risk foods, and strict hygiene practices. C. Serve only raw or cold foods. D. Focus on aesthetic presentation. Answer B. Extra care in cooking temperatures, avoiding certain high-risk foods, and strict hygiene practices. When preparing and serving food to highly susceptible populations, such as those in healthcare settings, it's important to take extra care with cooking temperatures, avoid high-risk foods like raw fish or unpasteurized dairy, and maintain strict hygiene practices to prevent foodborne illnesses. Question 12. How do you manage food safety during a power outage? A. Continue operating as usual. B. Discard all food immediately. C. Monitor food temperatures, use alternative cooling methods, and discard any perishable food that has been in the danger zone for over 2 hours. D. Rely solely on non-perishable foods. Answer C. Monitor food temperatures, use alternative cooling methods, and discard any perishable food that has been in the danger zone for over 2 hours. During a power outage, it's crucial to monitor the temperatures of food, use alternative methods like ice to keep food cool, and discard any perishable food that has been in the temperature danger zone. 40 °F, 140 °F or 4 °C, 60 °C for more than 2 hours. Question 13. Explain the proper procedure for handling a customer's report of a foodborne illness. A. Dismiss the report as unlikely. B. Take detailed information, investigate the claim, and report it to health authorities if necessary. C. Offer a discount on their next visit. D. Ask for medical proof from the customer. Answer B. Take detailed information, investigate the claim, and report it to health authorities if necessary. When a customer reports a foodborne illness, it's important to take detailed information about what and when they ate, investigate the claim to identify any potential food safety breaches, and report the incident to health authorities for further investigation if necessary. Question 14. What steps should be taken when a food thermometer is found to be inaccurate? A. Continue using it for non-critical foods. B. Calibrate it immediately or replace it if calibration is not possible. C. Only use it for checking ambient temperatures. D. Mark it as defective and continue using for reference. Answer B. Calibrate it immediately or replace it if calibration is not possible. If a food thermometer is found to be inaccurate, it should either be calibrated immediately according to the manufacturer's instructions or replaced if calibration is not possible to ensure accurate temperature measurements. Question 15. Describe the risk factors and prevention strategies for Clostridium perfringens in a catering setting. A. Risk factors are irrelevant in catering settings. B. Risk factors include improper cooling and reheating. Prevention includes proper time temperature control and hygiene practices. C. Only occurs in undercooked meats. D. Prevent by using only organic ingredients. Answer B. Risk factors include improper cooling and reheating. Prevention includes proper time temperature control and hygiene practices. Clostridium perfringens is a bacterium that can grow rapidly in foods that are not cooled or reheated properly. Prevention strategies include strict adherence to time temperature control, avoiding prolonged holding of food in the danger zone, and maintaining good hygiene practices. Question 16. How should you respond to an E? Coli contamination in leafy greens. A. Wash the greens with water and continue using them. B. Continue using but cook them thoroughly. C. Discard the contaminated product and sanitize the affected area. D. Ignore as E. coli is killed at room temperature. Answer C. Discard the contaminated product and sanitize the affected area. In the event of an E. coli contamination in leafy greens, the contaminated product should be discarded immediately, and any area or equipment that came into contact with the contaminated product should be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized to prevent cross-contamination. Question 17. What are the food safety considerations when using reusable containers in a takeout service? A. Encourage customers to bring any container from home. B. Ensure containers are food grade, customers clean them, and staff handle them safely. C. Use the same containers for all types of food. D. Disinfect containers with chemicals before each use. Answer B. Ensure containers are food grade, customers clean them, and staff handle them safely. When using reusable containers in a takeout service, it's important to ensure that the containers are made of food grade materials, customers are responsible for cleaning them, and staff handle them in a way that prevents cross-contamination. Question 18. How can you ensure the safety of imported foods that have different safety regulations? A. Only purchase local foods. B. Rely on the exporter's safety standards. C. Conduct regular quality checks and adhere to local food safety standards. D. Assume all imported foods are safe. Answer C. Conduct regular quality checks and adhere to local food safety standards. Ensuring the safety of imported foods involves conducting regular quality checks to ensure they meet local food safety standards, despite having different safety regulations in their country of origin. Question 19. What is the best way to prevent slips and falls in a kitchen environment? A. Ignoring minor spills and clutter. B. Wearing any type of footwear. C. Regular cleaning, immediate spill management, and using non-slip mats. D. Limiting the number of staff in the kitchen. Answer C. Regular cleaning, immediate spill management, and using non-slip mats. The best way to prevent slips and falls in a kitchen is through regular cleaning, immediate management of spills, maintaining an uncluttered workspace, and using non-slip mats in areas prone to wetness. Question 20. How do you identify and handle food spoilage in a commercial kitchen? A. By taste testing the food. B. Ignoring slight changes in color and odor. C. Regularly inspecting food for signs of spoilage and discarding any spoiled items. D. Using spoiled food in cooked dishes to minimize waste. Answer: C. Regularly inspecting food for signs of spoilage and discarding any spoiled items. Identifying and handling food spoilage involves regularly inspecting food items for changes in color, odor, texture, or taste that indicate spoilage, and discarding any food that shows signs of being spoiled to prevent foodborne illnesses. Question 21. Explain the procedures for cleaning and sanitizing a commercial dishwasher. A. Run it empty once a day. B. Rinse with cold water after each load. C. Regular cleaning, checking and clearing filters, and verifying temperatures and sanitizer levels. D. Use only when visibly dirty. Answer: C. Regular cleaning, checking and clearing filters, and verifying temperatures and sanitizer levels. Proper maintenance of a commercial dishwasher includes regular cleaning, checking and clearing filters to prevent clogs, and verifying that the machine reaches the necessary temperatures and sanitizer levels to effectively clean and sanitize dishes. Question 22. How do you assess the risks associated with new menu items? A. Base the assessment solely on customer preferences. B. Consider potential allergens, cross-contamination risks, and cooking processes. C. Only introduce items similar to existing menu options. D. Skip risk assessment for popular items. Answer: B. Consider potential allergens, cross-contamination risks, and cooking processes. Assessing risks associated with new menu items involves considering factors such as potential allergens in the ingredients, risks of cross-contamination during preparation, and ensuring proper cooking processes to avoid foodborne illnesses. Question 23. What are the best practices for reducing waste in a food service environment? A. Only order and prepare what is needed, recycle and compost food scraps. B. Serve smaller portions to customers. C. Use disposable utensils and containers. D. Limit menu options to reduce ingredient variety. Answer: A. Only order and prepare what is needed, recycle and compost food scraps. Best practices for reducing waste in a food service environment include careful planning to order and prepare only what is needed, recycling where possible, and composting food scraps to minimize environmental impact. Question 24. How should allergen-free meals be prepared and served? A. In a designated area with dedicated utensils and equipment. B. Alongside regular meals to save time. C. By removing the allergen from the dish at the customer's request. D. Use the same utensils but rinse them first. Answer: A. In a designated area with dedicated utensils and equipment. Preparing allergen-free meals should be done in a designated area using dedicated utensils and equipment to prevent cross-contact with allergens, ensuring the safety of customers with allergies. Question 25. What are the procedures for reporting a suspected foodborne illness to health authorities? A. It's not necessary to report. B. Reporting is only required for severe cases. C. Document the incident, inform the local health department, and cooperate with the investigation. D. Post about it on social media to warn others. Answer: C. Document the incident, inform the local health department, and cooperate with the investigation. If a foodborne illness is suspected, it should be documented, reported to the local health department, and the establishment should cooperate fully with any subsequent investigation. Question 26. What is the role of a food safety supervisor in a food service establishment? A. To cook and prepare food. B. Overseeing food safety practices, training staff, and ensuring compliance with regulations. C. Managing customer complaints. D. Focusing only on cleaning protocols. Answer: B. Overseeing food safety practices, training staff, and ensuring compliance with regulations. The role of a food safety supervisor includes overseeing all aspects of food safety within the establishment, training staff in proper food handling practices, and ensuring compliance with all relevant food safety regulations and guidelines. Question 27. How do you handle raw and cooked foods in a buffet setting to prevent cross-contamination? A. Serve them on the same platter to save space. B. Use separate utensils and serving dishes and clearly label each dish. C. Cooking all foods thoroughly before serving. D. Only offering cooked foods. Answer B. Use separate utensils and serving dishes and clearly label each dish. To prevent cross-contamination in a buffet setting, it's important to use separate utensils and serving dishes for raw and cooked foods, and to clearly label each dish to inform customers of what they are selecting. Question 28. What are the signs of pest infestation in a food service establishment? A. Increased customer complaints. B. Droppings, nesting materials, and damage to food packaging. C. Frequent deliveries. D. Noise in the walls or ceilings. Answer B. Droppings, nesting materials, and damage to food packaging. Signs of pest infestation include visible droppings, nesting materials, and damage to food packaging or structures, indicating the presence of rodents or insects. Question 29. How should food safety records and logs be maintained? A. Discard them after a week. B. Keep them updated, organized, and readily available for inspection. C. Only maintain logs for high-risk foods. D. Delegate record keeping to new staff as training. Answer B. Keep them updated, organized, and readily available for inspection. Food safety records and logs should be diligently maintained, kept organized, and readily available for inspection to demonstrate compliance with food safety standards and regulations. Question 30. What are the guidelines for serving food outdoors or in temporary settings? A. Relaxed food safety standards apply. B. Same standards as indoor settings, including temperature control and protection from contamination. C. Only serve pre-packaged foods. D. Focus on aesthetics rather than safety. Answer B. Same standards as indoor settings, including temperature control and protection from contamination. When serving food outdoors or in temporary settings, the same food safety standards apply as in permanent indoor settings, including maintaining proper temperature control and protecting food from contamination. Question 31. How do you ensure that delivery drivers maintain food safety standards? A. Trust the driver's judgment. B. Provide training on safe food handling, temperature control, and cleanliness. C. Only hire experienced drivers. D. Regularly change delivery vendors. Answer B. Provide training on safe food handling, temperature control, and cleanliness. Ensuring that delivery drivers maintain food safety standards involves providing them with training on safe food handling practices, maintaining proper temperatures during transport, and ensuring cleanliness of delivery containers and vehicles. Question 32. What are the best practices for cleaning and sanitizing tableware and utensils? A. Washing with cold water only. B. Using a high-temperature dishwasher or a 3-compartment sink system. C. Wiping with a cloth after each use. D. Rinsing with water and air drying. Answer B. Using a high-temperature dishwasher or a 3-compartment sink system. Best practices for cleaning and sanitizing tableware and utensils include using a high-temperature dishwasher or properly using a 3-compartment sink system. Wash, rinse, and sanitize to ensure effective cleaning and sanitization. Question 33. How can you incorporate food safety into menu planning? A. By choosing only easy-to-cook dishes. B. Considering potential allergens, cross-contamination risks, and proper cooking techniques. C. Focusing on the most popular food trends. D. Planning based on ingredient cost alone. Answer B. Considering potential allergens, cross-contamination risks, and proper cooking techniques. Incorporating food safety into menu planning involves considering potential allergens in ingredients, identifying cross-contamination risks during preparation, and ensuring proper cooking techniques to prevent foodborne illnesses. Question 34. What are the requirements for employee health and hygiene in food service? A. Casual attire and minimal hygiene. B. Regular hand washing, clean uniforms, and staying home when ill. C. Only washing hands after using the restroom. D. Personal hygiene is a personal choice. Answer. B. Regular hand washing, clean uniforms, and staying home when ill. Employee health and hygiene requirements in food service include regular hand washing, wearing clean uniforms, and adhering to policies that require staying home or reporting illness, especially symptoms related to foodborne illnesses. Question 35. How do you manage a food safety incident in your establishment? A. Downplay the incident to avoid panic. B. Document the incident, take corrective action, and retrain staff if necessary. C. Blame a specific employee. D. Offer discounts to affected customers. Answer. B. Document the incident, take corrective action, and retrain staff if necessary. Managing a food safety incident involves documenting the details of the incident, taking corrective action to prevent recurrence, and retraining staff if necessary to ensure compliance with food safety standards. Question 36. What are the key differences in food safety practices between different types of food establishments? For example, fast food viz, fine dining. A. No significant differences. B. Fast food focuses more on speed than safety. C. The basic principles of food safety apply, but specific practices may vary based on menu and service style. D. Fine dining establishments do not require strict safety practices. Answer. C. The basic principles of food safety apply, but specific practices may vary based on menu and service style. While the basic principles of food safety apply across all types of food establishments, the specific practices and procedures may vary depending on the type of establishment, its menu, and service style, such as the handling of raw ingredients in fine dining versus quick service in fast food. Question 37. How should you handle a customer's food allergy request? A. Suggest they dine elsewhere. B. Take the request seriously, verify ingredients, and communicate with the kitchen staff. C. Assume they are exaggerating. D. Remove only the obvious allergens. Answer. B. Take the request seriously, verify ingredients, and communicate with the kitchen staff. Handling a customer's food allergy request involves taking it seriously, verifying ingredients for potential allergens, and clearly communicating the customer's needs to the kitchen staff to prevent cross-contact. Question 38. What is the proper method for cooling hot foods rapidly? A. Leave food at room temperature until cool. B. Place hot food directly in the refrigerator. C. Use an ice water bath or divide into smaller portions. D. Cover food tightly while cooling. Answer. C. Use an ice water bath or divide into smaller portions. The proper method for cooling hot foods rapidly involves using techniques such as an ice water bath or dividing the food into smaller, shallower portions to facilitate quicker cooling and prevent bacterial growth. Question 39. What are the guidelines for reheating food for hot holding? A. Reheat to any temperature if it will be served immediately. B. Heat to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds within 2 hours. C. Use a microwave only. D. Reheating is not recommended for hot holding. Answer. B. Heat to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds within 2 hours. Foods that are reheated for hot holding should be heated to an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds within 2 hours to ensure they are safe to eat. Question 40. What role does time temperature control play in food safety? A. It's only important for meats. B. Minimizes the growth of pathogens in TCS foods. C. Time temperature control is a modern cooking technique. D. Affects only the flavor of the food. Answer. B. Minimizes the growth of pathogens in TCS foods. Time temperature control plays a crucial role in food safety by minimizing the growth of pathogens in time/temperature control for safety. TCS foods which are more vulnerable to bacterial growth and foodborne illnesses. Question 41. How should cutting boards be maintained to prevent cross-contamination? A. Use the same board for all types of food. B. Color code boards for different food types and clean thoroughly after each use. C. Rinse with water only to preserve the flavor of foods. D. Replace cutting boards monthly. Answer. B. Color code boards for different food types and clean thoroughly after each use. To prevent cross-contamination, cutting boards should be color-coded for different types of food. For example, separate boards for raw meats and vegetables, and should be cleaned thoroughly after each use. Question 42. What is the best way to handle a choking incident in a restaurant? A. Wait for the person to cough up the obstruction. B. Immediately perform back blows and abdominal thrusts if trained. C. Offer water to the person choking. D. Ask other customers to assist. Answer. B. Immediately perform back blows and abdominal thrusts if trained. In the event of a choking incident, staff members who are trained should immediately perform first aid techniques like back blows and abdominal thrusts, Heimlich maneuver, to dislodge the obstruction. Question 43. Why is it important to regularly rotate stock using the FIFO method? A. To keep the kitchen looking organized. B. It's a requirement for health inspections. C. To ensure the oldest stock is used first and reduce waste. D. Only necessary for perishable goods. Answer. C. To ensure the oldest stock is used first and reduce waste. Regularly rotating stock using the first in, first out, FIFO method is important to ensure that the oldest stock is used first, reducing waste and minimizing the risk of using spoiled or expired food items. Question 44. How do you properly sanitize kitchen equipment after use? A. Wipe with a dry cloth. B. Clean with soapy water only. C. Rinse with hot water. D. Clean and then use a chemical sanitizer or heat treatment. Answer. D. Clean and then use a chemical sanitizer or heat treatment. Proper sanitization of kitchen equipment involves cleaning the equipment first with soapy water and then applying a chemical sanitizer or using a heat treatment to effectively kill any remaining bacteria or pathogens. Question 45. What is the protocol for handling a broken glass in a food service area? A. Sweep it up and continue working. B. Carefully pick up larger pieces and then sweep. Sanitize the area thoroughly. C. Ask customers to help locate pieces. D. Ignore it if it's not in a main area. Answer. B. Carefully pick up larger pieces and then sweep. Sanitize the area thoroughly. When handling a broken glass in a food service area, it's important to carefully pick up the larger pieces, then sweep up the smaller fragments to ensure all pieces are removed, and finally sanitize the area to ensure safety. Question 46. What are the signs that a food item has been temperature abused? A. Change in color and texture. B. The food being at room temperature for more than 4 hours. C. Excessive seasoning. D. The presence of freezer burn. Answer. B. The food being at room temperature for more than 4 hours. Signs of temperature abuse in food include the item being left out at room temperature for more than 4 hours, which can lead to the growth of harmful bacteria and increase the risk of foodborne illness. Question 47. How should you handle customer complaints regarding food safety? A. Dismiss them as overreactions. B. Listen attentively, investigate the issue, and take appropriate action. C. Offer a refund without further investigation. D. Blame the customer for the issue Answer: B. Listen attentively, investigate the issue, and take appropriate action. When handling customer complaints regarding food safety, it's important to listen attentively, investigate the issue thoroughly, and take appropriate action to resolve the concern and prevent future occurrences. Question 48. What are the guidelines for safe microwave cooking? A. Use any container for microwave cooking. B. Stir food midway, cover food, and use microwave-safe containers. C. Cook food for the shortest time setting. D. Microwaves eliminate all food safety concerns. Answer: B. Stir food midway, cover food, and use microwave-safe containers. Safe microwave cooking guidelines include stirring food midway through cooking to distribute heat evenly, covering food to retain moisture and ensure even cooking, and using containers that are specifically labeled as microwave-safe. Question 49. How do you ensure proper ventilation in a kitchen to maintain food safety? A. Keep windows and doors open at all times. B. Regularly clean and maintain ventilation systems. C. Use fans only when cooking odorous foods. D. Ventilation is not related to food safety. Answer: B. Regularly clean and maintain ventilation systems. Ensuring proper ventilation in a kitchen is crucial for food safety and involves regular cleaning and maintenance of ventilation systems to remove smoke, steam, and odors, which helps maintain a safe and comfortable working environment. Question 50. What are the key elements of a food safety training program for staff? A. Focusing only on cooking techniques. B. Covering basic hygiene, safe food handling practices, and emergency procedures. C. Training only the senior staff members. D. One-time training during onboarding. Answer: B. Covering basic hygiene, safe food handling practices, and emergency procedures. Key elements of a food safety training program for staff include covering topics such as basic personal hygiene, safe food handling practices, understanding foodborne pathogens, and emergency procedures for food safety incidents.